cannot happen. Oh my God. Father, in Jesus' name. In Jesus' name.
Damn! I like this effect right here. Ow.
Yo, that is wild. That is wild. You saw them acting like that at that baseball game? But here, let me show you. It ain't funny, but it's sad.
Good afternoon, parents. Good afternoon, boys and girls.
Shut the fuck up!
Hey!
Not nice.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
You need to leave?
No, bitch.
Okay.
Oh, he's
Yeah, he's out.
Oh my God. Oh, child. Why would your child talk like that? You heard him? He said, no, bitch. He wildin'. He wildin'. Look, man, I got a nice little show lined up for y'all tonight. You hear me? Tonight. We got a nice little show. Things we're going to talk about. It hit home. I just talked about it last week. About how a lot of people, they sit idle and not want to do anything until it gets to their doorstep. And now it's at my doorstep. So, you know, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to have a caller call in to discuss the details of it. We're going to get to that in a couple minutes. Also, the Biden bill. We're going to talk about that because that man, he is, boy, he hops, scotching and skipping and all types of dipping and flowing and flipping. We're going to talk about that as well. I got a nice little video clip for that, about 40-second video clip, nothing too crazy. So we're going to get that on as well. So, yeah, excuse that noise, of course. I got to get that video sent over because I almost forgot. So, yeah, we're going to talk about some things, man. But just to recap in regards to what's going on, as y'all already know, more race soldiers have been harassing black people. So it's no surprise. There was a family who, a man, a woman, and kids, who family was pulled out of race soldiers pulled up on them, cursed out the parents.
Dominating our discussion about criminal justice, and Biden is trying to protect his left flank. Nevertheless, he should own this.
I'll show y'all, but we get to that in a minute. Cursed out the kids. Pulled the gun on the kids all over a doll that one of the kids stole at the dollar store. The parents knew nothing about it. The store didn't even call the cops. The actual creepo, the actual some random person called the cops on the people, and here we are. So yeah. It's kind of crazy to me that would happen. I mean, is it really crazy? Let's be honest. Is it really crazy to me? No. But am I tired of it? Yeah. I'm honestly tired of talking about it. I'm tired of discussing it because it's getting to a point where there's nothing that's going to happen. Nothing is going to change until we force change. But before we get started, the lines are open. You can give us a call, 716-402-4945. And then also make sure you are following me on all social media network sites. All social media network sites at Marv Crittenden. You know, we might as well get that crack. But where is my live thing at? I'm trying to. Where am I at live? Go to my channel, right? My videos. Let's go to this one. Nope, that ain't it. That ain't it, boy. That ain't it, boy. Let's see. I'm trying to go to my actual channel so I can see my live and here you go. YouTube Studios, where I gotta go. I'm waiting on a phone call now. Wait, this might be him. Let me go ahead and send him that. All right, where's my live? Where am I at live right now? I should be live now, right? We live. Yeah, we streaming. Everything seems copacetic. Where is the live right now? Don't tell me this motherfucker ain't going live right now. I'm up 90, guys. My watch time is up 99.99%. My views are up 99.99%, basically over 1,000%, which means what I want to do is working, so that's good. I want to continue to add on to that. I just need to figure out why the fuck my shit ain't live. That's what I need to figure out. So let me get this situated because I want to make sure this is live now because I got somebody calling in. And what's up? Don't distract me. Where's my live feed, guys? How do you do this on YouTube? See, I should have had this shit together. Videos. Let me see you bounce with your left and make your shoulder lean, shoulder lean. I might have to stop this joint real quick and figure out why the hell my shit ain't live on YouTube. Actually, let me just refresh it, see what happens there. I mean, do I really need to be live? Technically, no, but I prefer to be live so I can engage with the people. Told y'all we got to get this engagement up. We got to get this engagement up. That's important. Here we go. All right, let me see here. See if this joint going live now. Let me see. This might be it right here. I'm waiting on somebody to call in. Okay, no, this ain't it. That ain't it. I want to go to my already live feed. Where is it? I'm surprised it's not showing up on YouTube now. Here, let me try this. Let me see if I click my own link, would it show me as being live, and then I can go through the back door like that, because what I'm trying to do ain't working. So I'm going to see if he going to call now. Where we at? Unorthodox Logic with Marv. Hold up. Hey. Let's see. Let's see where we at. Trying to get in contact with the caller now so we can get that crack-a-lackin'. Let me get that crack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lackin'. Come on now. Okay. We're going to talk about outsiders speaking on reparations. That's another important topic. Oh, wait till we get to that one. All right. So we on my channel now. It's not showing no video being live. All right. Well, looks like I don't know where we're live at, but if we are live on your thing, then so be it. If not, that's fine. We just upload the video. It's that simple. It is what it is. We'll go from there. I'm not going crazy or nothing like that. So I'm trying to get a caller a chance to call in before I get to get into it, because once I get to get into it, I don't like being interrupted. So let me see what time I tell him to call in. I told him 9:35. He's already 9:39. We late. All right, well, let's go ahead and discuss some of these videos. I'm going to play this video one more time, though, right here.
Good afternoon, parents. Good afternoon, boys and girls. Shut the fuck up.
Hey! Not nice.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
You need to leave?
No, bitch.
Okay.
Oh, he's out. Yeah, he's out.
Ooh. Oh, wait. Where the hell that boy learn that kind of stuff from? He wild disrespectful. Like, initially when I saw him, I'm like, yo, that's wild. And then I kind of laughed. I'm not even going to lie. I did kind of laugh. But then I thought, like, yo, that's wild. Why the fuck is he talking like that? But, you know, you see the father come in and yank his ass up. As soon as he said shut the fuck up, I'd have yanked his ass up. It wouldn't even been at that point. I knew he was done. I wouldn't have gave him no chance after that. You know what I mean? Look at these animals. One more time. Let's look at them.
What is happening? What is happening?
cannot happen. This cannot happen. This cannot happen. Oh my God. Father, in Jesus' name. In Jesus' name.
Wow. At a kid's baseball game? How dare you? I am offended. I'm offended. I really am. I'm offended. But, you know, it is what it is. Well, I got to get to spitting because I can't wait. I can't wait all night. You know what I mean? I like to have people call when they call, but let me get to spitting. Let's talk about this Biden bill first and foremost. Let me play this video.
Dominating our discussion about criminal justice, and Biden is trying to protect his left flank. Nevertheless, he should own this bill. He should defend his support of it because it resulted in saving tens of thousands of black lives.
Why does he seem to be running from it then? I mean, he's even calling for bans for some portion.
Because he has no principles right now. He wants to get elected, and he's worried about the constant sniping from the left-wing media. Nevertheless, this was the right thing to do. Some things, Sandra, are beyond politics. And the narrative that the criminal justice system is racist, which is where these attacks are coming from, is extraordinarily dangerous, and it hurts law-abiding black citizens most of all.
So it'll be fascinating to see.
Well. Now, this same lady, her name is, I tweeted about her. This is why y'all need to be following me on all social media over there in the corner. Ooh, wrong way. So do I go this way, right? Oh, that way. All right. That's why y'all need to be following me on all social media because I tweeted about her. Let me tell you her name and what I tweeted about her because she wrote an article, and it's going to tie into outsiders talking about reparations because I hate when outsiders talk about reparations. It's not your conversation to be had. But where is that tweet at about her? Because I tweet a little bit, but not too crazy though. And I know this should be fairly recent. It shouldn't take me too long to find it. Just give me a couple seconds, guys. It will not be hard to find. Where are you? Here it is. Her name is Heather McDonald. Heather McDonald wrote an article saying that, did you know a police officer is 18.5 times more likely to be killed by a black male than an unarmed black male is to be killed by a police officer? So what she did was a white supremacist tactic. She basically flipped the narrative saying that black people are more dangerous than to cops than cops are to black people. So that's why she's giving them justification. She's giving them justification to continually racially attack black people. And in that article, she's a smart woman. Don't get me wrong. She's a smart woman. So she articulated herself in a very, very intelligent way to get her point across, basically saying that, hey, let's stop pushing this narrative that black people are dying for no reason because actually they're more likely to kill a cop than a cop is more likely to kill them. And I tell her, fuck you, and prove it. Where are these videos and where are these statistics at? Because I'll be damned if I sit here and let you sit here and make these stats up. This is more of a I'm white and I say so kind of stat. Where a lot of times you'll see these people sit here and just make up a complete bold-faced fucking lie, a complete bold-faced fucking statistic, and act like, oh, well, yeah, it's fact. You got to remember, I need y'all to specifically remember, when a cop kills an innocent black person, if they're not charged, it does not go in the statistics. It does not go in the statistic. There has to be some type of record of negligence to it in order for it to go in the statistics. So when these cops are killing black people and it is going uncharged, it is not counting in these statistics that they are using. Therefore, they can skew the statistics. I'm bugging up. Therefore, they can skew the statistics and therefore get these type of articles off. And then people be like, well, look at this article. We know what we deal with on a day-to-day basis as black Americans, foundational black Americans. Therefore, I don't want to hear shit from nobody that's not a foundational black American that don't know what it's like to live in America and deal with these race soldiers. It's that simple. And these race soldiers are basically pawns in the system of white supremacy. So these race soldiers aren't always white. These race soldiers can be Hispanic. These race soldiers can be black, Sheriff Clark. officer general. We're going to talk about him later. So don't sit here and get fooled by this, oh, well, based on the statistics, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. No. We're not going to play these games. Don't play the statistic game with me. I tell you about this all the time when they start using statistics, when they start using percentages instead of raw numbers, you know this shit is skewed. Because remember, we make up 13% of the population. So anything that happens with us is going to be an inflated number, right? They sit here and say we inflate the numbers of us getting killed, but I don't see any videos of anybody else being killed on camera with impunity but Black Americans, foundational Black Americans. Why aren't the other videos coming across my timeline? Since it doesn't happen, since it's not just a racial problem, why aren't the other videos getting popped up? Why don't no one else care about the other videos? We're talking about innocent, unarmed citizens being murdered by police officers. Why aren't those videos coming up if it happens so often to everyone else? Why aren't they coming up? Why don't we use raw numbers? Basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why don't we use raw numbers to get these point across? Why are we always using statistics? Or percentages, excuse me. Why are we always using percentages? Because you know why. Don't play these games with us. Do not get fooled when they start using percentages when it involves foundational Black Americans. That foundational Black Americans, let me give you a definition of that. That is descendants of slaves. That's who foundational Black Americans is. We call ourselves foundational Black Americans or American descendants of slaves because we are the ones who built the foundation of America, and we are the ones who are owed reparations. We're going to talk about why we don't want outsiders talking in our conversation. But like I'm saying, when it comes to foundational Black Americans, they do not use the raw numbers because they know using the percentage can be skewed in any way that they see fit. Any way that they see fit, they can skew the numbers. How many police officers have died in line of duty to Black people? Just give me a raw number. How many Black people have been racially harassed, beaten, or murdered by these race soldiers? It's hard to give me that raw number because guess what? When you justify it, then it doesn't go down as a statistic. You're like, well, you know, that was actually a clean killing, so that won't count in those statistics. We need the ones that's not clean. We need Officer Moores. We need those ones to go in order for those to count for the statistics. So I do not subscribe to that bullshit ass percentage shit. Use raw numbers. It's only 13% of us, right? We only make up 13%. So it shouldn't be too hard to use raw numbers, right? Right? Am I overstepping some boundaries? Am I overstepping some boundaries or what? Or what? What's up? It shouldn't be too hard. So, with that being said, I want to get into, before I get to it hits home, because it's a video I need to play. I'm still giving the caller some time to call in, but before I get to it hits home, I want to talk about having people, the Biden bill. I mean, let's. I only mention that. I don't really want to say we're not even really speaking about the Biden bill. We more so speaking about the false allegations behind it. As you heard her say, that was a great thing that happened and saved hundreds of thousands of Black lives. It actually did not. It didn't save any. It ruined quite. I mean, I ain't gonna say it didn't save any because maybe somebody's father didn't get murdered by some other person's father or whatever the case may be. But we're not gonna get into that. What we will say is we are seeing the effects of what happens when they did those crimes. We are seeing those children are now adults now, and we see the effects. And we are all in. Well, we're all in fucking therapy. I just got to include myself in the group. I'm not in therapy yet, but we're all in therapy at this point. We're all trying to fix these broken relationships. We're all trying to become better parents. We're all trying to be, we all have to teach ourselves what's the right and wrong. We're learning from each other what's right and wrong in regards to parenting because they threw our fathers and our uncles and our brothers and everything like that in jail. They threw us in jail. They threw them all in jail. So now we have to make up for that. Now we mid-20s and we have to make up for what they stole from us. And that's going to be a part of the reparations compensation as well. We need them to understand that that's not something that's going to be excluded from the reparations conversation, because the reparations conversation does not just include slavery. Slavery is the basement and the roof. You know what I mean? It's the basement and the roof. It's the foundation and the protection. But everything in between, segregation, mass incarceration, Jim Crow, all that, Black Wall Street being bombed, all that, race soldiers murdering us on a day-to-day basis, all of that will be included in our reparations compensation. And we ain't just talking money. You're not going to just pay us out in some bullshit asshole. We're going to talk HR 40. We're going to talk about it. Talk about what? Are y'all going to talk about the number? They had a little measly ass meeting today in honor of Juneteenth. They're going to have a measly ass meeting tomorrow. We had a meeting to talk about what we need to talk about, when we need to talk about what we need to talk about. A possibility of possibly talking about reparations. And then they brought in a bunch of people, because we're going to get right into the next topic. They brought in a bunch of people. They brought in a bunch of people who aren't foundational Black Americans. So my question is, why are you bringing in people who aren't foundational Black Americans to discuss a foundational Black American, exclusively a foundational Black American issue? The only people who need to be talking about this is foundational Black Americans. Why are you bringing in people who are first-generation immigrants? They aren't entitled to reparations. They aren't entitled to anything that involves any type of compensation for what happened to foundational Black Americans. So why in the hell are they even in the meeting? How do they have a voice in our conversation? And I say ours because I already traced back my genetics. I can go ahead and provide that. I have my evidence where I'm definitely foundational. Because this is getting ridiculous. This is getting absolutely ridiculous. I'm tired of hearing people that don't get no that don't have no type of I guess I would call it what the fuck would I call it? Fucking, they don't have any type of stake in this claim. Therefore, they don't have any vested interest in this claim. Therefore, they can't properly speak on the issue. They can't speak on an issue that they aren't being a part of. So if we talking about we want a cash payout and they get to talk about, well, we think it should be paid out in the form of education. Guess who benefits from the form of education? Those first-generation immigrants who get grants, who get scholarships, who get all types of compensation for these HBCUs that we built, that we were supposed to be promised this education. It was supposed to be built for us. But they come in right in, they undermine us every single chance they get. They start talking about, oh, I don't need to be making no cash payouts. Do it in the form of education. Because they know they can benefit from that. No. If you aren't a foundational Black American, you do not have a valid opinion, comment, or conversation when it comes to reparation and any form of compensation to foundational Black Americans. If you're not one, you don't have a valid opinion, conversation, nothing. I don't even argue with you motherfuckers. First thing I do is check your bio. A lot of you motherfuckers give it right up. Y'all got your little immigrant, oh shit. Y'all got your little immigrant flags hanging all in you, whatchamacallit. Us foundational Black Americans got American flags because we built the country. We are the most patriotic people. We fought in every single war, even when we were in chains. We fought in the Civil War. We fought in World War I, World War II, Vietnam, every single war. Every single war that possibly happened with America, we fought in. Every single one. We fought for the freedom of America. We fought for the reason why 4th of July is celebrated is because our blood, sweat, and tears was laid on that line. And we weren't freed until Juneteenth. Almost, well, I think about 40, 50, 60 years later, something like that. I can't give you the direct number. I don't even want to give the accurate number. But some quite a few years later, then we were officially supposed to be free. We didn't really get free, but we were officially supposed to be free at that point. Then we had to deal with Jim Crow. Then we had to deal with segregation. Then we had to deal with mass incarceration. Now we're still dealing with these race soldiers racially carrying out racial executions with impunity. So I'm not going to say forgive me, but understand, if you not a foundational Black American, you have not been through what we've been through. You don't have that pain passed down through bloodline like we do. That's why you don't feel sorry for us, because you don't feel that shit. Therefore, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You don't have any type of peace, of migment, of smegma, of anything to do with this conversation. This is a conversation that does not involve you. What you should be doing is sitting on the sideline and say, go get that money in, man. Get paid, young nigga, get paid. In the words of Young Dolph, go get paid. That's what you should be saying. But instead, y'all trying to find a way to weasel y'all way in it. Y'all trying to weasel black and brown. No. Brown people weren't with us on those motherfucking slave plantations. Y'all trying to weave in the LGBT community. If they aren't foundational black Americans, no, they were not with us on that slave plantation. They need to go fight their own fight. What they try and do is separate black Americans from the LGBT community of foundational black Americans, because what they want to do is they figure they get us interfighting, we'll never come to a conclusion of what we need to get done. That's why I keep telling the LGBT community, stop putting your sexual aspirations before your race, because you know there are races within the LGBT community, so you need to get in line with your race, get your compensation, and then when you want to go out and do your LGBT community thing, I'm all for you, brother. Just don't go against us, and I'm gonna let you rock. I'm a vouch for you. You want to go do your thing. You want to go get married. You want to go have a family. Do your thing, brother. But make sure you keep your race first, because they're gonna make sure they remind you of it. When they come put the pistol to your head, they're not gonna ask you if you're gay or not. They're not gonna ask you if you're straight or not. They're not gonna ask you if you have a white wife, a Hispanic wife, or a black wife. They're going to just put that pistol to your head as a black American or as a black person and blow your damn brains out. I know y'all like to think y'all separate. Y'all not separate from us. Y'all are a community within a community. And once you get in line and start acting like it, we'll make sure we get you properly compensated as well, because guess what? If you're foundational black Americans, you deserve it. Period. I don't care what your sexual orientation is. You coons that decide y'all don't want the money, fuck you. Stay on the other side. You ain't getting shit. That's how it's going to go. Because you got to understand, we have to have a zero tolerance. We have to have a zero tolerance. I swear we do. Because if we don't have a zero tolerance, it's going to cause friction and fraction within our community, and it's going to fuck up our bag. And we are on the cusp of making some big things happen. We are getting the conversation going. We are getting the conversation. We are getting the conversation in the forefront, and we're getting the conversation in the mainstream media, and we got to keep our foots on their necks, but we cannot let outsiders fuck this up. We have to shun and completely eliminate anyone who isn't a foundational black American speaking against reparations in any way, shape, or form. If you are a black person and you are not a foundational black American, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Because you're in the way. You're causing confusion. Most people aren't going to even do something as simple as finding out who your background is or where you're from. We're going to vet you, because we can't have you causing friction for something that we're putting on. We are owed this. Let's stop this saying we want a handout. We don't want a handout. We want the same advantages that was given to everyone else. When the natives got theirs, no one said nothing. When the Freedmen Act that gave white veterans theirs, no one said nothing. Now that black and foundational black Americans who built the country wealth, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, Chase, Bank of America, all these banks and all these companies that received money or benefited from slave labor owe us our money. It's not a question. It's not a begging. It's not an asking for a handout. It is a demand. They owe us money based on facts. It is a fact that they owe us. They gave it to other people, so they didn't give it to us. Therefore, it's owed to us. No, I'm not talking about black and brown coalition. No, I'm not talking about minorities. I am talking about foundational black Americans, descendants of slaves, people who were actually picking the fucking cotton out the ground, people who were murdered for the simple fact that they were black, people who were bought and sold in slavery, people who were bred to make strong stocks in slavery. Those are the people I'm talking about. I am not talking about some motherfuckers who came over a border illegally or legally, however they came over, who somewhat share the same skin tone as us. They deny this shit anytime they get a chance to. They try and blend themselves into white society every time they get a chance to. Now we talking money. They want to bring their asses over here and start talking about black and brown coalition. Fuck you, stay over there. You're not a foundational black American. Your blood was not shed on there. Your ancestors' blood was not shed on this motherfucking field or on in these wars, in these cotton fields, in any way, shape, or form, so you're not owed anything. It's that simple. I'm not going to continue to argue with people online. I'm not going to do it. And we're not going to sit here and let people who aren't foundational black Americans speak for us. It's first generation fucking Africans. What's the lady from Texas? What's her name? Her family is first generation from Jamaica. And she's speaking on reparations like she know what the fuck she's talking about. What the fuck is her name? Where's she at? Where is she at? Her name is Sheila Jackson Lee. She's a congresswoman from Texas in the 18th Congressional District in the United States House of Representatives. So, what I'm saying is, her family, she's a first generation Jamaican. Both her parents are from Jamaica. Which means she is not even eligible for compensation for reparations. But yet her talking point seems to be HR 40, and she seems to be diverting it, trying to get it into the educational system, so therefore she and all her people can benefit from it. No, we will not allow that. You're not a foundational black American, Sheila Jackson Lee. Shut up. We don't need your opinion. We don't need you as an ally. Shut up. If you're not listening to what we're saying and marching to the beat of our drum and working for what we say we are deserved and what's earned to us based on what was given to everyone else who also got reparations, the Japanese people who were put in concentration camps for World War II, the Native Americans who were here and got their land and got untaxed lands, the Freeman Act that gave white veteran males free land, free grants to build schools, free grants to go ahead and get housing programs, the whole kit and caboodle. All these people got compensation for shit, and we ain't get nothing for our slave labor. I'll be damned if I think I'm gonna let some first generation Jamaican American tell us we're gonna put this shit in education so her and her people can benefit. I'll be damned. Shut up, Sheila Jackson Lee. We're not talking to you or about you. You are not eligible. Therefore, you do not have an eligible opinion to even speak on what we want. It's that simple. If you're not a foundational black American, shut up. Shut up. We're not talking to you. You are not involved in this conversation. Mind your business. Get behind the enemy line, get behind the front lines and say whatever you need me to do, I'll do. If you're not talking like that as a non-foundational black American, you are in the way and you are putting yourselves on the enemy's friend list, or you are putting yourself in alliance with the enemy. It's that simple. And we won't take too kind to that anymore. We will get you the fuck up out of here. We will find your district, 18th District of Texas, and we would make sure we get you the fuck up out of here. It's that simple. Because at the end of the day, we have to stop acting like it's a fucking mystery or whatever the case may be. We got to stop letting these people distract us, and we can't let these people speak for us. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Now, it hit home. Let's watch the video real quick.
I have
Enough of this stuff. You're under arrest and you're under arrest. What the
Get back, bro. Get back. Go. Get back.
I'm allowed to record. Don't touch me. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing illegal.
Get back.
I know my rights. You can't touch me. I'm allowed to record. It's a BB gun. All right. Yeah, he's fucking 14. He's fucking 14. That's Quadir, Candace's child.
Well. Right on my front steps, guys. That was Niagara Falls, the police department arresting a group of children. They said it was about 25 children. Not all of them got arrested, but it was about 25 kids that were fighting. The oldest one, who was over 16, was arrested and brought in. And then there was a picture that I will not display for the sensitivity purpose of the family, where a young 14-year-old was roughed up by an officer general. I don't know if his name Wayne or William, one of the two. General. Where we got to look at this, and they try to blame another officer, but it turns out it was actually Officer General. Now, the two arresting officers, the other guy was on it. I won't even mention his name because I don't want to mess up anything that's going on with him, because it wasn't him. It was Officer General. And Officer General is black, and the young man that was roughed up is black, 14-year-old. Now, the intel that I was given, the 14-year-old older brother was the one fighting, and he had a BB gun. The 14-year-old was there. His brother was fighting. Somehow he got into the scuffle with the police officers. Next thing you know, this young man's face, hip, just all types of roughed up. It looks like they just scraped his ass across the ground. Officer General did this, not to a 14-year-old little boy. That is completely unacceptable. I don't care if that was a grown man or a young boy. Unless that young boy, which from what I was told he was not, was fighting the officer, at what reason do you feel like, you being as big as you are and a 14-year-old child, that you needed to drag that young man the way you did? And the pictures that I saw were absolutely disgusting. Face was scraped up, hip was scraped, just all types of scraped up. Young man had to go to the hospital. Young child. Excuse me, I'm gonna make sure we're gonna speak it. He's a child at 14. That's a child. So now that it's on our front doorsteps, I told people this in last week's episode. Stop sitting idle. Stop acting like you can live vicariously through whoever and live this oblivious lifestyle and not have to worry about anything and the whole kit and caboodle. I sit here and I specifically said, do not wait and become a reaction. Be proactive about it. Teach your kids how to deal with cops. Teach your kids what to do when they're engaging with cops. Make sure your kids get home safe, because at the end of the day, you want your kids to come home alive. And I understand it wasn't going to take a week to do it, but that's a prime example of what I'm talking about. Look how those kids were acting. I'm going to play the video one more time.
Enough of this stuff. You're under arrest and you're under arrest. What the
Get back, bro. Get back. Go. Get back.
I'm allowed to record. Don't touch me. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing illegal.
Get back.
I know my rights. You can't touch me. I'm allowed to record. It's a BB gun. All right. Yeah, he's fucking 14. He's fucking 14. That's Quadir, Candace's child.
That's not how you engage with police officers. I understand everybody wants to be the tough guys, and everybody wants to be the warriors, and everybody wants to be, whatever they want to be. I don't know. I understand there are people that want to do that, but you also need to understand, and more importantly, understand, you need to be home alive. You need to be home alive, because as long as you're home alive and you're able to tell the truth, we can continue to fight for you on the front lines. We can put the pressure on mayors and councilmen and police chiefs and things of that nature, police unions. That's the strong union right there. A lot of people don't understand police unions is really, that's the strongest union in America. There's no union stronger than a police union. That's why these guys getting off with impunity. That's why these things that are happening the way they're happening. So I want to present that to y'all and let y'all marinate on that. I don't even want to go over the top with even discussing that. I want y'all to go back to the last episode and see exactly what I said. It's in the beginning of the episode. You don't have to listen to much of it. It's about within the first 10 minutes of the episode, you will be able to get everything I said about that. 10, 15 minutes, you'll be able to get everything I said. Go ahead and listen to it. To the previous episode, and I want y'all to marinate on that and let me know what you think, how that should have been handled. Because I personally don't like the way that was handled on either side, especially not the cop roughing up a 14-year-old and not the way the one kid that was getting arrested, the way he was acting, and the kid that was recording, I ain't like the way he was talking. If that's my child, I'm telling him to get all the way the fuck back. Get all the way out the way and get your ass home, and we'll handle it from there. So that's how that goes. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's just, it's a tough situation because it is close to home, and I don't like, we have a reputable police department, but I don't make excuses for nobody. Officer General, I'm going to dig up some more information on him because I just got his name today. I don't know why some people couldn't tell me his name for some reason, but everybody want to start protecting motherfuckers when it's close to home. But if it was somebody in another state, in another city, y'all be just throwing me all types of information. But now it's close to home, y'all want to kind of be biased, and that's the fuck shit I be talking about. You can't be biased. It's not the time to be biased now. This ain't the time to be biased. You should have been biased a long time. This ain't the time to be biased. No. We're going to get this shit rocking. We're going to figure out what's going on. I'm going to get more details. Hopefully I can talk to the family and see what they say about things. And we're going to go from there. I'm not about to keep playing with y'all. Not at all. Not at all, man. But I appreciate y'all listening this week. We're going to wrap this show up. You know, we've been going for over 40 minutes. I know some people like shorter episodes. Some people like longer episodes. But we'll play with the time and see which one works better for y'all, and we'll go from there. Make sure y'all follow me on all social media. Wrong way. Next time y'all can call in as well. And we'll go from there, man. All right, man. Peace. We out.